again, everybody. It's Kevin Canessa coming to you from the studios of The Observer and TheObserver.com on this, the 12th day of December in the year 2022. Sure hope you're enjoying your Monday, no matter where it is you are in the country. Here in the Northeast, a little chilly day today. Got real wintry, didn't it? Well, of course, it is almost winter anyway. In 9 days it will be, so hope you're enjoying the day no matter what. But as you do every week, you welcome me into your home so that I can bring you this week's newspaper. And as you can see, we have a very busy front page this week, but it all starts off with the chief of the Nutley Fire Department being involved in a YouTube underage sex sting operation a week ago. And without giving away the whole story, because I want you to read it, obviously, I'll just kind of give you a synopsis. There are a bunch of guys who use YouTube and call themselves predator catchers. And you guys may remember going back years ago to Dateline NBC when Chris Hansen used to do the segments called To Catch a Predator. And what has happened over the years is that's sort of developed into I don't want to say hobby, but a way for some YouTubers to make a living. And what they do is they set up decoys, and the decoys pretend that they're 14, 13 years old, and they find generally these men. There are some women, but let's be realistic here. It's 99% men. It's almost always men who are looking for some kind of sexual escapade. And what they do is they make an arrangement with the decoy to meet up with the person that they're trying to catch. And instead of meeting the 14-year-old boy, they meet somebody with a camera. And in this particular case, I was fortunate enough to speak with Rami, who runs OBL Nation. It's called Obliteration Nation. And he's been doing this for about 3 years. What's ironic is I've seen his work and very familiar with his work for 3 years. And he took some time off from doing these catches because he was doing it the wrong way. Now he's doing it the right way, and he's doing a phenomenal job of finding these predators and trying to bring the evidence that he collects to police departments and prosecutors. Where we run into trouble is that when you're not law enforcement, there are rules that they have to follow, and they don't always do that, do the predator catchers. But Rami, in this particular case, had set up with the decoy to meet a man, and when they met at the Walmart in North Bergen, it turned out that it was the 33-year-old chief of the Nutley Fire Department, Henry Miola. And I have a small clip of their encounter. The full encounter is not on YouTube right now, though it was streamed live. It will eventually go back because Rami has to edit these videos, especially for coarse language. And what I'm about to show you is very graphic. So if there are any children in the room, I'm going to pause for a few seconds right now and talk a little bit more. Get the kids out of the room or turn off the screen for about a minute, because no child should see this. Unless, of course, you want to warn them about the dangers of meeting a sexual predator. But there's very, very coarse language in this. There is some cursing, so I want that to be very, very clear before I play the video. But without any further ado, here it is. This is the encounter between Rami and the chief of the Nutley Fire, well, I would imagine former by now, Nutley Fire Department, and that's Henry Miola. Take a look.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay.
So can we admit that you just took that video to save yourself?
And that your intentions were to get sexual?
Thank you, man.
Can you say it? Can I hear it so I know you're not just bullshitting us? What? Say it. I wanna hear it.
I wanted to meet someone to potentially have some form of something sexual or whatever. That happened.
Sex, yeah. Are you told them you're a top or are you a bottom? Verse? What are you? Did you tell them in the chat? What are you? Top or bottom? Verse. Okay, so was your intentions to give it to him or take it? Were you gonna bend over for him and let him give it to you, or were you gonna give it to him?
I would take it.
You were gonna take it. So you're gonna bend over and you were gonna take it. From how old? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? What is fucking wrong with your head?
So that's the clip of Rami. On the right-hand side was Rami, pardon me, and it was Miola on the left. I had a chance to speak to Rami on Friday afternoon, or maybe it was Thursday afternoon, and he gave me a very, very candid interview where he speaks about this particular catch because he said that the guy was so willing to answer questions, whereas a lot of the times when they catch these predators, they BS and they don't give the right answers, or they make up answers and say it was somebody else, their phone got hacked, their phone got stolen. But in this particular case, he was very, very honest. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you'll check out the story. There's going to be more to this, and when that information does become available, we will let you know. As of now, no charges have been filed, but the last I heard, this case is in the hands of the Hudson County Prosecutor's Office and the North Bergen Police Department, so we'll see if charges are levied at some point. And Rami, the catcher, met with the North Bergen Police Department detectives last week to turn over all the evidence that he had. So that's that situation. And you'll see on page 2 a story that I did with Rami, the interview that I had with him, and I want to thank him for giving me the time. You know, he's been sought after by a lot of media outlets, and he was more than willing to give us the time. So we thank Rami, and I hope you will agree with me that his work is very, very, very beneficial. Also on the front page, the New Jersey Devils were at Clara Moss Medical Center last week. They used to go every year, but guess what? COVID stopped that. But they were there, including Jesper Bratt and Vitek Vanacek of your first place New Jersey Devils, and they visited with people in different parts of the hospital, including the cancer floors. And each year, this is a thing that the Devils do with Robert Wood Johnson Barnabas hospitals throughout the region. And this was great. I wish I could have been there. I would have loved to have met Bratt and Vanacek, but the timing wasn't right. But each year they do this, and it brings a lot of cheer to people who are not always well, you know. So good job out of the Devils and RWJ Barnabas Health for bringing this back after a couple of years hiatus from COVID, like everything else. On the front page also, Nutley had a real bad week. I pulled a body from the Third River, and it turned out that the man was from Belleville. Sadly, didn't have any family here in New Jersey, and he had a very, very rough ending, but the man died in the Third River last week. A very young guy, too, so I hope you'll check that out as well. This here is the story that I mentioned to you earlier about Rami, so you can read that later. The Salvation Army had its annual dinner recently and honored two people, Lori Kime and Josh Humphrey. Lori is a teacher. Josh is the library director in Kearney, so read all about that and their efforts this holiday season over at the Salvation Army. The National Fire Prevention Association puts out tips at the holiday season. Very important to keep your house from going up in flames. And they offer tips each and every Christmas time to best keep your home prepared to be smoke and fire free. So I hope you'll read these tips. They're very, very beneficial, and we thank them for coming out with these every year. Henry Richard is the new fire chief in Harrison, and he was working in a provisional temporary state, but now it is official. Henry Richard is now the full chief of the Harrison Fire Department, and he's got 4 new firefighters with him to join him in the ranks, and they're pretty close to the table of organization now. So congratulations to Henry on becoming the new chief. Harold Stahl sticks around as the civilian director, but this is the first time in a long time that Harrison has a sworn firefighter as chief. So congratulations to you, Henry Richard, on becoming the chief, and our doors are open to you as they always will. We have an honor roll from Washington School. Congratulations to all the boys and girls who made the honor roll in the first marking period. Tim Wagner has this week's blotter, including the opening story about a man who was barred from going into Quick Check. There was a situation where there may have been carbon monoxide leaking into the store, and he insisted on going in, even though the store management told him he couldn't. He went away for a while, but he came back after they cleared the carbon monoxide situation, and guess what he did? He went into Quick Check. That's right. So read that. Tim Wagner always does a phenomenal job creatively with the police blotter each and every week. Jason Bernstein has 3 sports stories, including the Nutley basketball team and the Lyndhurst and North Arlington wrestling team. That's a co-op situation there, and the North Arlington girls basketball team previews. As incredibly, the basketball season is about to begin in the state of New Jersey. The hockey season's already underway, but the fact that it's this close, it's just insane. But it is December 12th, and that does happen. I guess, time does go by. And this one is another one from Nutley. A guy was delivering food. I don't know, one of the courier services, whether it was DoorDash, Uber Eats, or one of those. And a man and a woman carjacked him. They took his money. This is a guy's not making a whole lot of money. And they carjacked him. They took whatever cash he had on him. They took the food, and they took the car. I mean, Merry Christmas to you, too. They got the car. They recovered it in East Orange, but the 2 who were involved were not caught yet, or have not been caught as of press time, which, of course, is now December 12th. But we'll have updates on that if we do find out anything else. But this is going to go down as probably one of the worst weeks in Nutley in a long, long time. A lot of terrible things have happened. Now, don't forget, we also have 2 pages of classifieds this week. So if you're looking for a job or you're looking for a place to live, we got you covered there. And next week is the week before Christmas. So let me tell you this. The next edition, this edition of The Observer, is the 14th. Then we have one coming out on the 21st. For the 28th, the deadline for everything for that edition is moved up one day. And that means if you need a classified for the 28th of December, you're going to have to get it to us by the 23rd, which is Friday at 2 p.m., because we will be closed on the 26th of December at observance of Christmas. When it falls on a holiday falls on the weekend. If it's on a Sunday, it's Monday. If it's on a Saturday, it's the Friday that you celebrate or legally deal with the holiday. So we'll be closed on the 26th. So that moves up all the deadlines by a day for everything else, but classifieds especially December 23rd at 2 p.m. So again, we're still looking down the line because that's for the 28th of December, but I wanted to let everybody know because we're getting very, very close to that. And it's almost here, almost Christmas time. And to all of our Jewish friends, of course, the Hanukkah season begins soon, and we wish you all the most joyous and happy Hanukkahs. May this be the best one ever and filled with more light than it ever has been before. That'll do it for this edition of The Observer Live. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me tonight, as you do each and every week. We will be back a week from tonight, unless something happens during the course of the week that we need to. We will bring that to you live. From the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com, it's Kevin Canessa. I'm signing off for now, and I hope to see you back here again very, very soon. Good night, everybody.